Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Madam Assistant Majority Leader, for your words. Members, good morning.
Good morning.
How y'all doing?
Let's do this.
Let's do this. You know what the best part about this job is? You guys. Not necessarily anyone in particular, but I could make exceptions. I know that everybody would love to stay beyond 120 days. That's how much we love each other. But in the case that we can't do that, I get to visit you in your districts. One of those promises I got to make sure that I keep. And the reason why I say that you all are the best part of this work, and I believe we all, when you look at the pictures on the wall, you see the people. There are some folks you might know if you happen to be a historian or happen to have been in the building in a time when they served. But more times than not, we don't know the people on the pictures that we didn't serve with as well as the people that we did. When I think about Dr. King, I think about so much, but one thing in particular is his sacrifice. And his sacrifice, as we just heard, wasn't just about his life being given in an assassination, but it was also about the way he lived his life. Less than a year ago, I got a letter in the mail to my house. Some of you I may have shared this with. The letter did not have a return sender, didn't have a return address on it, didn't have a name of who it came from, wasn't signed at the bottom. But when I opened up my mail like I do all my mail just to make sure I see what it is. And the letter started off by saying, James Coleman, Colorado Minority Business Office. And I thought, well, what is that about? And as I continued to read the letter, the first line of the letter said, we don't like that you are trying to get dollars at the state level to help out minority-owned businesses. And we just thought you might like to know that we know where you live and where your kids play outside. So all of us have faced discrimination, some kind of prejudice in our lives. We've probably all gotten form of hate mail, whether it was an email or something. But I've never had anybody send a piece of mail to my home, which did let me know they knew where I lived and where my two children play outside. The question is what leads us to continue on, what leads us to continue to fight for the things we believe in? I know that I don't just advocate for minority businesses, I advocate for all businesses. I advocate for the employer and the employee and the consumer and the entire ecosystem of what I believe business is. But in that instant, I went to my wife the same way I did when we first decided to run for office, the same way many of you did, to ask for support from your family. And I said, you know, we knew this kind of thing could happen. We knew that our lives could be in danger. What do you want us to do? And again, to the Assistant Majority Leader's comments, my wife, being the stronger of us two, said that the people's lives who you were changing and impacting will be more powerful than stopping because you got a letter. We still had to increase security measures at our home. We still sent that letter into the state patrol and the local police department. Nothing came back. We still teach our children to be vigilant and aware, to do the buddy system, to pray. And in the end, I think about Dr. King because he did lose his life. His children grew up without a father. His wife had to raise their children without her husband. But there have been so many people in history who've come before us who have lost something or lost it all. And that's what gives me the courage. That's what gives us the courage to come in here and do the work. So, I really appreciate the quotes. I appreciate the bills that we pass, but I also really appreciate the relationships that I've built. I said this in the House, and I had an opportunity to serve in the House, and I'll say this now in the Senate. We're family. Sometimes we disagree. But in the end, no one wants to see anybody sick. We've lost members to COVID who we've served with. We've lost family, we've lost friends. But in the end, no way that we feel about each other on a policy feels the same when you're standing at that person's funeral. Because whatever you felt bad about, the bill they ran, what they said, how the process went, nobody wants anyone gone. So I just want to say thank you. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to serve with all of you. And not just for the position that we're in, but even when we're long gone. I hope I'll be able to come get some milk from a cow. I have no idea how that works, but I'm looking forward to learning. I'm not going to say any other examples because it's going to get bad. Talk to some of you about what you might do in your own time. But I just want to say thank you for that, because that's the kind of relationship that we'll have long after we're just a picture on the wall. Thank you so much.
Further discussion.